You have been transported to the remote island of New World. To your surprise, there are others, survivors who have come together to build a new society, and strange creatures that look like they've been pulled from your dreams and nightmares. The main story has three objectives that intertwine as you explore the island. You are looking for a way home, and the key lies in finding the mysterious archangels. You'll learn more about the people, gain companions, and help them with their quests. You'll also meet the Rangers, the protectors of this island, and complete their challenge by defeating the captains in battle. The hook is to use a cassette player to transform into monsters for battle. You store monsters on tapes, and when you encounter new monsters, you can record their forms to use in the future. You'll fight alongside one of many partners, allowing you to control two monsters in each battle. In combat, you will manage your action points, a resource you accumulate each turn to use powerful abilities. Each monster has an elemental type, and each type has one or more weaknesses. When you hit an enemy with an attack it is weak against, you do extra damage and apply a negative status effect. The reverse is also true. All weaknesses are easily understood with pop-up notifications when you discover a new interaction. Some interactions can even alter a monster's type, adding some nuance to the system. Every ability is considered a sticker that you can peel and add to a compatible monster to fully customize its moveset. You will typically see up to 8 empty slots for abilities. Stickers also have a rarity, with rare stickers giving abilities an additional effect. Obtaining these rare versions can open up new ways to build a monster or a team. One small issue is the lack of filtering for stickers. The only sorting method was by alphabetical order, so it can be a little time consuming to scroll through your entire list. The featured battle system is Monster Fusion. Fusion is a central theme of the game's story and your go-to tactic to defeat challenging enemies. You can fuse any two of the game's 120 monsters. Fusing combines both monsters' elemental types and abilities. The stats of fused monsters can increase as you develop your relationship with companions. When you win battles, your character and all monsters in the party gain experience points. When a character fills up their XP bar, they gain a level and increase the base stats of all of your monsters. Monsters' levels are equal to the character's level, so you can swap monsters in and out of your party without worrying about catching up. When a monster fills up the XP bar, it gains a star, an increase in its individual stats, and a new ability. When a monster reaches 5 stars, you may be able to remaster its tape to a more powerful form. Some monsters have branching transformation pathways, and others may have additional requirements before you can unlock its remastered form. In addition, each monster can be found as an ultra-rare bootleg, a version of the monster with a different elemental type than found in the wild. Bootleg monsters also have a higher chance of learning rare versions of abilities. After obtaining a party that can tackle a variety of weaknesses, you may feel the game's difficulty can fall to the easier side. However, this may be preferred if you want to frequently swap your party to discover new forms and experiment with new combos. You can change the difficulty at any time to adjust level scaling and enemy tactics. As you explore each region of the island, you'll come across new monsters, other people to battle, light puzzles to solve, and secrets to uncover. The people you meet on your travels may have some information on new quests, treasures, and rare monsters. The game prevents you from going to certain areas until you can copy a specific monster that allows you to traverse new terrain. You'll find these monsters naturally as you progress. These powers will unlock shortcuts, and combined with the abundance of fast travel locations, you can quickly get to where you need, especially when you have to backtrack through previously visited areas. It's hard to say whether someone will like a story or not. The story of Cassette Beasts emits a feeling of wholeheartedness and positivity in the game's themes, even with the darker moments you'll encounter. You will, however, feel like the dialogue is cringy at times. For the most part, your companions have an arc. You understand the kind of person they are and what motivates them, and there is a visible change as you complete each of their personal quests. Some interesting thoughts are presented, like the rigidity of our institutions that we create and how that can affect a person's psyche, and how art and ideas change and get reinterpreted over time, and who owns those ideas after they're made public. You will find the monster designs to be hit and miss, but there are interesting and unique forms with inspirations from real-world history, myths, and technology. There is a lot of 80s inspiration in the game's visuals and sounds. If you're a fan of synth-pop style music, the soundtrack is enjoyable and enhances the areas you'll be exploring. The variations in the tracks between night and day are a nice touch. There are also a handful of tracks with lyrics, and while this style may not be for everyone, they amp up key moments of the game and can be turned off if distracting. There was only one Steam and Xbox achievement that could be completely missable. You need to make sure you follow at least one relationship to the very end. Even unique and legendary monsters can be found again with a bit more effort if you cannot obtain them the first time. You can recycle many of the items in the game, converting them into resources you can use at shops. You may not want to recycle any ability stickers unless you are absolutely sure, as it can be difficult to find another copy of certain abilities. You will gain the majority of achievements through main story points and key milestones. If you want to catch them all, a handful of remastered forms will feel a bit cryptic to obtain. Cassette Beasts also features randomization settings and an option to enable permadeath for those interested in an additional challenge. The main story will have around 20 to 30 hours of gameplay. You will experience additional story points and quests after the credits roll. You do cycle through the same endgame activities, so you may find it a little repetitive, especially if you want to build up to tackle the game's most challenging encounters. If you enjoyed your stay and want to squeeze a bit more time on the island, you'll find that there are plenty of secrets for you to discover. Cassette Beasts is available on PC, Switch, and Xbox, and as of this video, it is included with the Xbox Game Pass. Thanks for watching, and let me know if this one worked out for you.